I got beta access to a game you all may have heard of by now, especially if you're an FPS fanatic like myself, which is XDefiant. If you haven't heard of XDefiant, the best way I can describe it is, it's like old school COD but with abilities, and we'll talk about that later on. I just thought I'd make a first impressions and give you guys my thoughts on the game and talk about its features and aspects, so you can decide whether it's worth it for yourselves. I'll try to make update videos when it comes out to see the progression of the game from beta to first release and so on. And I want all of you guys to remember that these are just my opinions, so if you don't agree with anything, just drop me a comment down below and let me know. With all that said, let's get the negatives out the way. The first two I'm going to mention are hopefully due to the game being in beta. The first is the servers are a bit shaky. I'd be getting shot around the corner, through the walls, or just he's not looking at me and I'm still getting shot at. But I think it's because in beta. I did hear someone say it's the net rate and they are trying to work on it. Second being visual glitches, like for example my ultimate bugging out or my head going through the map, or nades having bigger hitboxes. Literally my nades will be sticking onto thin air, or they'll hit the wall when they're not meant to. But again, it's probably because in beta. Something that also didn't make sense is the attachment sliders for me. When you're creating a class, as you can see with the muzzle brake, there's 7% horizontal recoil, and which means that there's less horizontal recoil, and you can see the accuracy increase from no muzzle, but it's increasing in red. However, I think it should be increasing in green, and the firepower is decreasing in green, even though I feel like it should be decreasing in red. The stats are green and red on the left, but it's flipped on the sliders. So the slider that's decreasing is decreasing in green, but the one that's increasing is increasing in red, which is not the norm. I don't know if it's meant to be like this or if it's just a visual bug in the beta. I'm hoping they change that, but I don't know. The last thing is that the movement feels a bit janky to me. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I just feel like it could be a lot smoother or fluid. I do like the fact that there is the mechanic of slide jumping to slide though. Now with all that said, let's talk about why you should play the game. Firstly, it's free to play, and that's a rare thing to see nowadays, and which also means that you guys can give it a go without any cost at all. So if you're 50-50 or on the bench about the game, just download it and give it a go. You don't lose anything, it's free to play. Secondly, the guns themselves and the gunfight is solid. The closest comparison I can make to it is the later Black Ops games, and even a fan favorite, the ACR, has returned, and the guns have their actual names instead of made up names, which I think is a great feature. Next is that the maps are really fun and really fast paced, but they also do provide sniping lanes as well, which is nice. Some of them even remind me of the old school maps like Hijacked and Firing Range, and who doesn't love that? Those are some of my favourite maps. Also, there's going to be 14 maps on release, which is a damn good job, and nobody can complain about that. Remember how I said there's abilities in the game? We're going to talk about that now. So if you're a fan of abilities, then you're going to want to try this. There are 5 factions in the game, and each correspond to other games like Far Cry, Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, The Division, and Watch Dogs. Each faction has 2 abilities to pick from and 1 ultimate ability. As of now in the beta, we only have access to 4 of the classes, but I do believe there'll be 5 on release. Obviously, you'd pick a faction based on your playstyle or the game mode that you're playing at the moment. I've seen a lot of people running the medic. She seems a bit meta at the moment because she can just turn fights insanely fast. She's got healing and her HP can go up to like 220 or something like that, or 200, something crazy. Also, for all my fellow sweats out there, there is going to be ranked play when the game releases, so you will have something to work towards or look forward to and grind for, and just brag to your friends that you're higher ranked than them. All in all, I think it's a fantastic game and I think it will continue to grow. It's also made by ex-COD devs, so if you like old school CODs, you should definitely give it a go. It's very similar to them, but with a hint of spice. But that's it from me, guys. Hope you found the video informative. Please leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more. With all that said, peace out and enjoy the gameplay.
We're taking Zone A. The enemy is attacking Zone B. attacking zone B. Serves them right. The enemy is attacking zone B.
You'll think twice next time.
They just got rinsed. There's ult as well.
We're taking zone A. C's in trouble. The enemy holds on the zone. Liberate them. We're open. Zone A is under attack. The enemy holds on the zones. Liberate them.
Come on, team, into capture.
Capture zone is ours now. Amigos taking B. They're taking B.
What the fuck was he doing?
Zone's ours now. You fought the good fight. I mean, it was an okay fight. Would have been better if you won it.
I don't know why it doesn't say my name. Apparently I'm no name.